7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
What is good, everyone? It is your boy Politic and Hot, going some good old Terramana right now, alongside my guys, Mr. Joey Woods, Mr. Moyofic, Chris Wilson. We are Still Steps, coming to you live on a beautiful Friday evening, courtesy of All of It to Talk Sports Network. Gentlemen, how are we doing on this beautiful fall Friday evening? To y'all.
This weather is weird. Is that get sick weather?
Oh yeah.
So people take your vitamins, drink your emergency, get that vitamin C in you, because I think it's going back in the 80s next week.
Yep.
Yeah.
Next
So
week.
so proceed with caution, as the great Naomi would say.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh yeah.
I can't complain. Everything feels right in the city. Eagles 4-0. Red October starts tomorrow night. Flyers start Thursday, right? Like we're in the thick of it right now. We're in the time where I think at one point, actually Thursday, I think next Thursday, if the Phillies go to a game 4, the Phillies, Eagles, and Flyers will all play on Thursday night.
That's heavy.
Yeah.
Like literally, it's gonna be split screen on at night. Like picture in picture will be popping.
That's like when I tell Joseph, like, bring your TV down from your room. You gotta hook it up in the living room real fast.
Yeah, right. Like, look, the TV had a laptop, had an iPad on deck, like just to keep everything going. In real time. But gentlemen, it's good to get back together. Feels like a long time, although it really wasn't a long time. We just went live last Wednesday with our special guest Kevin, editor-in-chief at Pro Wrestling Illustrated. So that was a pretty dope episode that we had. Now we're into a new week, new adventures of pro wrestling. I'm not going to say like it was like a week of meh. We had some things that took place starting the week off with Roman returning on Raw, helping out the Usos, which we'll talk about momentarily, and we'll talk about this week in AEW. But let's start out tonight with what transpired on Tuesday with the NXT versus TNA Showdown that's going to be taking place next Tuesday on the CW, which we're going to have the men's Survivor Series match of Team NXT going up against Team TNA, as well as the women of NXT going up against the women of TNA. This is actually, I like the idea of what's going down next week. Is there some things that I probably would alter?
Yeah,
probably so. But
I have a big one. We
can talk about that. You know what I mean? As a whole, as far as like altering the things, but just overall from what took place on Tuesday, let's kind of like take it from there as far as like the teams that were formed between both NXT and TNA. Joey, I'll start with you first on it. You know what I mean?
So I have a big thing that really ticked me off on Tuesday. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on here, right? Look right here, right? Trick is the TNA champion.
Yeah.
But he's standing on Team NXT side.
Uh-huh.
But for some reason, when TNA is rolling up on NXT, Lonnie Jordan is rolling up with TNA.
Yeah.
The math ain't mathing to me, right? I don't know. Like to me, that was a little confusing to me. Another thing is, and I don't know how true this is, but I heard the reason it was switched from Invasion to Showdown is because now I don't know if this is true, and I'm not getting political or stuff, but I think the day of this show is the 2-year anniversary of the stuff that happened in Israel and the invasion that happened there.
That's probably 100% why they changed it.
So people were up in arms that the show was called Invasion on the 2-year or 1-year anniversary of the terrorist attack that transpired in Israel that led to the ongoing war that's happening there.
Gotcha.
So I get it, but the Invasion name was so cool to see back, right? All these years later.
Yeah.
But overall, I'm excited to see how this happens. I feel like this is what I was wanting when we first got it. You know, it's feeling a little more of a level playing field right now. The only other beef I have right now is everyone on fucking TNA is pretty much someone who at one point in time was a cast off from WWE, right? Like
Yeah.
like everyone. Like to me, that's a little like but then again, it's like they have a little bit more of a reason to defend TNA now, right? Like, oh, you brushed me off to the side. Now here I am. I have a chance to stick it to you, kind of thing. So that's pretty cool to see. I was reading something today about Mustafa Ali, and before he went out this past week, Shawn Michaels told him like, don't hold back. You know, like when you go out there, like speak from your heart, right? Like you do have bad blood. You do have animosity with how things transpired. Like let that air out in your promo. Let everyone feel that, right? Because I didn't realize that when he was cut in 2023, he was next up for the NXT North American Championship,
Yeah.
and he was released before he ever got that title shot. I completely forgot about that at all. So he does have beef, right? So it was pretty cool to see all that. But yeah, we'll see how this goes. But I'm interested to see how we keep this TNA angle going after this past week. I think that's going to be the next kind of biggest question mark is where do we go from here, right? Like if you're doing a full blown invasion angle, how do you keep this going after this week and so on? So we'll see.
Chris, I'm gonna throw it to you next. I honestly think we might see it kind of dwindle down after we see this showdown event on Tuesday. I think they're gonna start going in a little bit of a different direction. Not saying like they're just like gonna cut ties with TNA, but I think they're gonna like really pick their spots as far as like when they're going to utilize like specific talent through throughout the course of this joint venture that they're doing with each other. And there are two people in general where I think we can see where they're getting ready to like really like turn the tide as far as like with them being involved with NXT. But Chris, I'll let you jump in, give your overall thoughts on the NXT versus TNA showdown. We could circle back regards to the two individuals who I'm referring to.
This should be called NXT versus Outcast. Like this is exactly what it is. This is like this. It's like, yeah, you were here. We didn't want you, but applause to you for trying. And then it's like they trying to make them bigger people, but like I said, they're doing their thing over there at TNA. Like I know they're not on the radar as far as programming and like it's hard to find them, but like they actually put on really good shows. Especially last year or so. Like they put on really good events and like they have really good matches. The people who were ex-WWE people or even some AEW people, NWA people, they all come together and put a pretty decent product out. So it's like I'm glad they've gotten to shine on the WWE platform because they needed it. Honestly, they did. So they needed like a bigger platform to people to see for the lifer TNA people who've been there since I ain't gonna say day one, but they've been there for a long. Like look at Moose. Moose has been TNA for a long freaking time on the low, and you got Frankie Kazarian. Like who, if you blinked and you missed him, was a WWE guy for 5 minutes. But like he's put a very decent career for himself through TNA and other stuff. Like so, This is going to be very interesting. I do agree with you, Hawk. I think this is definitely going to dwindle down after this event. Like I still think they're going to have the crossover stuff, but it's not going to be as frequent as it's been every single week. Like it's like it might be once a month. They'll throw somebody in here once a month here and there, especially since people from other brands have the other brand's title, so they're going to have to. But they might just keep that person specifically, like especially Jordan, like. When Joe was saying that she's Team TNA, I was like, you were the NXT North American Women's Champion, the inaugural one. Like, what are you doing? Like now all of a sudden you're Team TNA because you're their world champion. Like I get it, but you got it because of a opportunity because their champion got hurt. You weren't trying to be the TNA Women's Champion. Like so, I find it weird. But at the same time, I'm glad to see so many people will get a spotlight shined on them that deserve it. Cedric Alexander, I always thought he was amazing talent. I'm glad people are seeing him more and shine for the talent he is. Like this, even our boy Cardona, like he's like, all right, like he don't need to shine because he takes it anywhere he go. But if for some reason it was cool to see him in front of a WWE camera again, so. I think this is going to be interesting. I think in the end, WWE going WWE it, and NXT is going to win it, but that's just what WWE does. They don't take a loss, but it's going to be very interesting to see how the match plays out in the overall scheme of it.
Far as the matches go, I think they'll probably split between the two. As far as like, I can't predict as far as like which one would be the one to split, like for whether it be the men's NXT to be the men's TNA or the women's TNA would be the women's NXT. I think they would eventually split between the two, as far as like the matchups. But notice, as far as like the teams that were developed, there are some key pieces that you would think would be involved in this Survivor Series style match, but one, none other than Mr. Joe Hendry, not being involved in this. But I don't, I don't know if anyone's been paying attention, but he's been having
gone,
like,
bro.
yeah, he's
out of there.
Yeah, that, but he's also been having like this beef back and forth with Dark State that's been going on, and apparently Dark State has been saying some things to him that's been like kind of like messing with his mind to the point where it's almost like you almost gotta like question Joe Hendry's loyalty. Like, could we possibly see Mr. Hendry going heel at some point? Like, he's saying
That'd
that
be so good, bro, if they did that. Like, just be like this obnoxious, like take this Joe Hendry gimmick and just like, if you just turn it up like 3 notches, he could be the exact same person he is now, just like kick up the cheesiness like 10 notches more, and boom, you got a heel.
Yeah.
But that's exactly what worked for Bo Leave. He was supposed he started off as a baby face, but people wasn't buying the shtick. But then when he turned it up to level 10, but in a very obnoxious, like oblivious way, he was the most over thing in NXT. So they definitely could do that with Joe Henry. So that would be really good. And I told you if he does it because I told you he's very, very well. He's loved. This is real. He's loved as a babyface. If he does it, he has to do it. If he does a turn or something like that, it has to be to a babyface that everybody also universally loves, because they're not just going. The fan base is different now.
Right.
You could be the cool heel that people love and applaud for.
You're saying he has to turn on like a Javon Evans.
Yeah, somebody like that, like for sure. Like yeah.
Honestly, my fault. Go ahead, Chris.
No, like I say, if he turn against anybody, say Ricky Saints or something like that, I don't even think people would be that upset about it. Like they'd probably be like, all right, cool. But like Javon Evans, everybody loves that kid because he's just so damn amazing, the stuff he does, and likable. So like, yeah, if he like beats the crap out of Javon Evans one night, yeah, that would give him major heat.
See, that's why I actually think this upcoming NXT Tag Team title, TNA World Tag Team title, winner takes all match kind of sets up the precedent of him being a possible heel figure with the Hardys going up against Dark State, and with the seeds that Dark State have been planning and into Joe Hendry, I think this could be like one of those situations where Hendry might come out to try to make the save on behalf of TNA, but actually cause the Hardys to lose the match, and then kind of like go through like this like spiral moment of confusion, like, oh my God, like what did I just do? What did I done? What have I done? Like, something to this nature. And Dark State, capitalizes on it and celebrates from afar, like, thank you, Joe Hendry.
Yo, what if I'm just spitballing this and like just going off of what you said, and because the Hardy that match is this week, right?
Which one? The Dark State Hardys?
Yeah.
Yes, it's on. It's on the card next
Bound
Tuesday.
Bound for Glory is next weekend. Like, technically speaking, Bully Ray, even though it really hasn't been called back to it all, is like a WWE employee, doing the LFG and stuff like that.
Right.
What if they reared their head in this match on Wednesday and came out in WWE's defense and cost Hardy the title? I could see that happening too, to hype up the match even more on a WWE program, right? Like, I don't know if you're not watching TNA, I don't know if the average WWE fan knows that this is happening.
They don't.
So that could be a great way to say, hey, this is happening this weekend. You know what I mean? Like, have them play a little bit of part in this match, cost them, and then they can do a callback. The announcer can do a callback to what's to come this weekend.
Good point. No, that's a very, very, very valid.
But another name that you didn't mention, Hawk, that's a little weird that they're not being used right now, and someone who's had major success in both companies, Jordan Grace.
That was actually my second one.
Yeah.
That was the second one.
Yeah.
Because actually, remember the spot on NXT this past week where like they was questioning Jordan Grace's stance, as far as like being in NXT, but also having that longevity being in TNA, which then prompted for Joe Hendry to come out as far as like questioning Jordan Grace. But then that's when we had that moment with Dark State and what they were spilling into the mind of Joe Hendry. So it's like, it's almost like can we trust these two individuals going into this Showdown event coming up next Tuesday?
Right.
I could see something with her happening where like maybe someone from either TNA or NXT is attacked backstage before their match, and then like she's left with a decision of does she fill that role or doesn't she? You know what I mean? Like maybe someone from NXT. They always do that type of shit. You know what I mean? Like, oh, one of the women from the NXT team got hurt before the match. Is she gonna like help out her new team or gonna stick with her old? You know what I mean? So we'll see where that goes.
Yeah, no, it's definitely something to keep our eyes on as this event comes up on Tuesday. But as far as like this event, like who do y'all like outright as far as to be victorious?
I said WWE going WWE it. It's like as I said, that's what they love to do. Like I know the old pervy guy's not there anymore, but don't matter. His predecessor is his son-in-law. They live in the past, man. They do. They just feel like WWE needs to be on top of everything. So I got NXT overcoming and taking the overall victories in this. Right.
So I agree with Chris here, but I think it's gonna go down a little differently. The last TNA event that they had, what was that? It was a Friday night show recently.
I know which one you're talking about.
Resurgence?
Resurgence, yes.
That Joe Hendry match, and when he left, it felt like he was saying goodbye to TNA. I think he's done with TNA. I think he's an official WWE talent now. And I think that might show this week. And I think Hendry might leave.
Victory Road.
Victory Road. Yes. I think he helps NXT secure a victory. And then it's announced afterwards that he's an official NXT talent now.
So you think he will help the victory for Team NXT instead of the Hardys Dark State match?
Correct.
Okay, got you.
So I
Got you.
think they're gonna say he's officially um an NXT talent at that point. And then once they do that, they can do whatever they want with him in the dark state.
Hmm.
They have plenty of time to go down that road. I just think, I think it's all about a foregone conclusion. He's NXT bound. Just a matter of when, not if.
Got you.
Yeah.
I got
Something.
you. Little bit of Pro Wrestling Revolver breaking news just now, but that remix championship that AJ Francis was carrying, he's actually just lost it to BDE.
Ju-
If anyone, and anyone, cares. Just wanted to put that out there. Sorry. We got it on in the wings, but BDE just defeated AJ Francis for the remix title. But but no,
I don't
this
know what's going on in indie wrestling, bro. Like 2 years ago, shit was hot. Like GCW, Revolver,
yeah.
House of Glory, like that was all hot. I feel like a lot of it's lost steam, bro.
Yeah, even MLW, they were like buzzing more 2 years ago.
You know what? Let's talk about that. Because what you're saying, I somewhat agree. Like, I don't know if it's because of what began to transpire once the WWE ID thing started to become a thing. But it seemed like once that has become a thing, like a lot of like indie territories kind of clamp down as far as like what they're booking, as far as like who they're booking.
Yeah, it's all the
So,
same town, bro.
It
right.
is exactly. It's all the same talent.
Yeah. But now it's like to a certain extent, like a lot of them aren't going to some of these promotions. Like just like rare few that you get, but most of the talent that they're getting, they're already like signed on the major promotions.
Yeah.
Like look, AJ just now a Pro Wrestling Revolver. He's TNA, but they also work with Trey Miguel, Zachary Wentz, Ace Austin, right?
Ace Austin.
Yeah,
Probably
yeah.
not there more now.
Well, yeah, well, yeah. After tonight, so no, not sure where things gonna go with that, but yeah, I don't. Yeah, it has been a little different
I think
as
it's
far as like
oversaturation, bro. I really do think it is. Like before, like for example, use Matt Riddle for an example, right? Like, remember when he first started debuting in MLW? He was a huge deal, right?
yeah,
Uh,
Now he's fucking everywhere. Every other week he's in a new promotion already, right? Like,
yeah.
it no longer feels like a big deal to see Matt Riddle anymore because he's just everywhere.
right,
Baron Corbin, again, it was a big deal. Now it just seems like he's everywhere, right? Like some of these names, Dijak.
right,
Jack about to
When
say,
he first left WWE, it was a big deal to see him.
right.
Now it's like, okay, he's everywhere, right? Like, I just think like all these talents are going everywhere. They're not being stingy with their bookings, and they are going anywhere that's going to willing to pay them. And I feel
yeah,
like it's watering down the independent scene now because
yeah.
someone appearing at your show doesn't feel important.
I'm
Yeah,
glad you said.
they're following the blueprint of Cardona of if you pay me, I'll show. But that takes away a lot of nostalgia too when you do that. Because yes, you are a bigger name compared to what's out there, but like that doesn't mean you're an attraction. Like
Yeah,
this,
but
you know what
that
I mean?
worked for Cardona because at the time there wasn't other big names that were
That's what
going to
I'm saying.
different promotions and being this big draw. Now
Yeah,
there's 5 or 6 people that you can point out. They're like, oh, they're going everywhere. It doesn't really matter now, right? But
Yeah,
like it was a big deal to see Cardona and GCW fighting a Gage, and then going to uh Battleground and fighting Bully Ray. Like Cardona was a big deal. He was an attraction because he was the only one doing it at that time.
yeah.
Now it's like it's just
every
too much. It's just
And
everywhere.
that's what I was saying, thinking to myself that Cardona now is the time to sign that lucrative deal with the bigger company. Like that's why like he's a WWE guy. He is like I know he's done stuff with AEW, but how his whole demeanor, how he is. He's a WWE, like far as that style
Yeah,
and character, wrestling, all that stuff. He's a WWE guy. Like you probably gonna make the most money you ever made, uh, have the most exposure you ever had. Your wife's over there. Just now at this point in your career, your life, just sign a big contract.
yeah.
You get
Actually,
because
actually, he don't need to.
No, he's
If
probably
you're if
making more money now than he ever would.
he,
right,
he he don't. But right now, I just think the con man will give him the money he wants.
Like I
So
don't know if WWE would be cool with him doing like his major bendies, his all of his figures that he's doing and stuff like that.
yeah,
The podcast and stuff because WWE has their own toy line, right? Like if
right.
you're an official signed talent, I doubt they're gonna be cool with you doing your own wrestling figures.
Not to
it,
mention,
it
not
probably
not to mention, he's figured out another way to be able to still remain relevant by being on national television with the whole NXT TNA situation. So it's like you're still being on network television without having to sign like the actual major, contract with like the WWE or anything like that, and you still got the leverage to still do your indie bookings,
Yeah.
still work with it, GCW, still be able to work with possibly NWA wherever you are like that
I'm
when
saying
you
he probably yeah, I understand he's the king of the indies, but it's like that name doesn't hold weight anymore because now you're freaking he's on the main shows like a lot now. So he's not going to be the king of indies much longer. I think now we see him a lot more on this major. Not saying he's going to do it, but
yeah
I think he's slowly leaning towards signing with one of the big ones. Like it to me, like little breadcrumb. Like yeah, I think he's starting to teeter to the other side like this.
I think he
It,
decides to sign when I think he'll sign when he's ready to wrap it up.
that's what I'm saying. I think he's like if he can get this one last big contract deal that adds up to everything he's making now,
Yeah,
like this, he's because he's at a point where he can put a lot of stuff on his terms. Because what he's done, he could say to them like, "All right, I want." He could now he's built the names where he could say, "All right, I'll sign, but I want this, and this." It's not like no disrespect to him. It's not like a Carlito coming back and you're just like, "All right, I want this." They'll probably be like, "Man, you're not getting that shit." It's just like this, like we'll give you this. That's it.
but I think that's what will probably prevent him from signing because I feel like for him to sign, that means he has to be a main event player.
Yeah,
Like
and there's not no chance of that right now.
But
right.
to say right now, yeah, there's no chance of that. Even if I don't like, I think he wants to be a main event player, but I don't think he'll care about being a top guy. Like if he's a top mid card guy, I think he'd be fine with that.
I
Like
doubt it.
if he's making them, I think he cares about money more than his position in the company anymore. I think at this point, like, it's like if I'm getting the money I want, the money I think I deserve, because it gets to a point where he obviously loves wrestling and all that, but now he at this point in his life, I think he's worried about more stability more than
Come
his
on,
position on
Chris.
the card.
You know these talent have that boyhood dream to hoist that WWE championship up. You
And I'm saying
telling
that,
you telling me Matt Cardona ain't trying to do that?
I ain't saying he's not trying to. I'm saying I don't think he'll think it's nothing in the world if it doesn't happen. I don't think he thought it was going to happen when he was there and he got the United States and Intercontinental. I don't think he thought one day I'm gonna be the top guy. He just was happy to be there and being recognized.
I
He
mean,
just
he was grateful for it, but it was short lived. Like,
for sure. I think he cares about. I really think he cares about recognition more than. But I think he just wants when his music hits and he comes out, everybody just be like, "Oh shit, there's Matt Cardona."
Yeah.
Like,
Well, getting back to like just the overall indies and like how it's like blah type no say nicely. Um I think the biggest thing like in Cardona kind of plays in this too is like Cardona is a perfect example. Like he'll go to this indies and he'll fight their top guy. Not a guy who's a top indie guy. He'll fight that promotion top guy, right? Like
right.
right,
I think that's what the indies are missing right now. I think that's what GCW is still doing that is kind of still working, right? Like they have their core guys and they bring in these big names, but those big names don't then in turn fight another big name. that does nothing for you, right? Like if you bring in two big names and fight on your card, what is that doing for your talent that's there week in, week out when those two big names leave?
Right.
Right? Like GCW does a great job of capitalizing on having those big names fight your name, that when that big name leaves next week, your name got that rub, right? So I think that's what's missing right now.
I think the ID killed that. Because think about it. Like, we all know how Marcus Mathers was like the name of the tri-state area. So it was like you come into the Northeast area, you're bound to want to wrestle Marcus Mathers.
Yeah.
But now, because he's under the ID and now move forward, like under Evolve, it's like I mean, although they say that they still can do like the bookings of their desire, but I think there's still some leverage where they're like, nah, you can't take every single booking. You know what I mean?
Yeah, certain
Like,
places.
Well, I know for a fact, I'm not going to throw any numbers or anything like that, but I know what some of these guys were charging pre-ID,
yeah.
and I know what they're charging post-ID.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And,
Oh, yeah.
they might not directly be saying we're not allowed to take that booking, but they at the same time have deliberately priced themselves out of the said booking that day before the ID was a thing they would have took easily.
Right.
Now they know that promoter's not going to be able to afford them, so they don't even have to worry about not taking the booking. They just price themselves right out of that booking.
Yeah. No, yeah.
That's another
agree.
thing too that's killing the indies, I think, right? A lot of these big names, like for example, a lot of XWB guys charging $15 plus $100 plus air plus hotel for a show that might generate 200 fans.
That costs more than a venue.
It costs
Like
more than that.
that's the thing, right? I don't think some of these workers don't think like, all right, $1,500 plus air plus room. When it's all said and done, you're probably looking at almost $2,000, right? If you're selling tickets at $20 a piece, just say you got to bring in 100 people by yourself for that booker to break even on bringing you in.
Right.
Yeah.
There is not a single name right now that's selling a ton of tickets off their name alone. I'm sorry.
Like let's seriously, let's dissect this. I know we're like going way left. I mean, fuck it. It's like a free for all Friday anyway. But like for what we know, like who is like that top independent booking that's out there? Not named Cardona, Shotzi. I mean, I guess probably right now it might be what is Bear Bronson like the hottest name right now on the indie booking? Because I'm starting to see his name pop up on a lot of cards.
Bear's probably up there.
And shout out to Bear too. Bear shows love. Shout out to you, Bear Bronson. Yeah,
Bear. Another thing I'd probably say right now, because he's kind of getting away from a lot of the death match and doing more regular matches. Also, Cruel.
I'm actually literally I was just getting ready to bring him up because he's actually he's in this trick what's the name of this match right now? It is the Trick or Treat death match with him and Alex Colon and Judge Joe Dredd.
Oh shit, that's a good match.
Yeah, but
yeah, like right now he's in MLW, right? He's in Revolver.
Yeah,
he's back in GCW now. He's gonna be fighting next weekend at AC. Like, I think he's an up there name. Tremont, always a big name in the indie scene. But it's hard to like name a top indie guy that wasn't an XWE guy, right? Like the Dijaks, the Riddles,
right,
the Corbins, like a lot of the top guys, Cardona, are all XWE guys. Probably Bear and Cruel are the two biggest names that aren't WWE guys.
Interesting.
Facts. That's it. Facts.
I forget anybody? Honestly, that's not AEW. It's not WWE.
Not a lot. Yeah, it's not a lot.
No, that might actually be pretty accurate. Like just talking about that. But yeah, I was going to mention Cruel too. I was going to ask you like it's kind of I'm not going to say it's not shocking, but it is a little shocking. Like no one from the major promotion made that call to say, hey, you know what, we need to bring you up. You know what I mean, bring you up to this roster.
I think
Like
it's because he's too protective of his character, bro.
I get that.
I heard that from a lot of people that the issue with Cruel, and I don't know how true this is. Again, this is just thing I'm hearing, is that he's very protective of his character and very protective of taking losses, very
Mm.
protective of who he maybe looks weak to versus a monster to. So I think that's an issue, right? Like
I mean, it does make sense. He is like 6'10",
he's a
damn
great
near.
he's got a great gimmick, bro. He's
Right.
got one of the best gimmicks that on the wrestling.
Yeah. No, definitely. But yeah. Yeah, cuz literally like when I saw him hit the screen, I was literally about to bring him up as we were, having this conversation about the independent scene, cuz I'm like, damn, like, like Cruel, like shockingly guy. Like I'll be honest, I'm surprised like AEW never like contacting them. I
Yeah.
mean, can't say that they haven't, or but it's shocking that there have not been like any like type of reports saying like AEW have had any interest in him. You know what I
I
mean?
got a name that's shocking that they're still not signed.
Who's that?
Atticus.
Yeah. Well, wait, wasn't he part of the ID, or is
He
he out?
was part of it, right? He was like that. It was that fake GCW show that they did
Okay.
just to further his storyline with Fuego. Remember?
Yeah.
But like
Makes
he
sense.
can he can cut a promo. He's one of the only guys on the indies that are cutting promos not at the show, right? Like he's putting out promos days and weeks before matches to help build the matches. He can wrestle in the ring. He's got
Hmm.
a presence. Like he moves merch. He does everything that you want from a wrestler, and he's still not anywhere, which is shocking to me.
Right. Yeah, no, for sure. Speaking of Fuego though, not to go extremely way left, but yo, his character now, just being himself. Kate was a KJ Osborne was,
Yeah,
yo, I love it. Like
yeah. It's a good gimmick now.
dude, oh my gosh, man, I swear, if somehow, some way they could somehow like negotiate with Tony Khan just to be able to allow Sammy Guevara to be able to just come to a GCW event, not even like to wrestle initially, just to come out, just come out like, hey, you know, shake hands, kiss the babies and
Hmm.
whatnot, and then just have that impromptu run-in with KJ, aka Fuego, for them to be able to set up a future match. Oh my gosh, like, to me, I feel like that's missing for Fuego to, like, fulfill his longevity and, in his career. Like, to
Yeah,
be able to get to book that, that's probably like one of the top billings that's out there, that's not touched and probably won't get touched unless Sammy probably departs from AEW.
yeah. Well, I mean, to further that, what Fuego, I remember when Fuego was initially signed, a big portion of that. I mean, obviously, this is never ever going to happen because of his stature in WWE. But
Yeah,
Cody Rhodes.
yeah,
Cody
yeah.
Rhodes was a big factor in getting him signed. Like, it
Hmm.
would be great to now see a heel KJ versus Cody Rhodes to further that storyline, right? Like, the
Yeah.
promos and the video packages they could create, just off of their shit in AEW. I mean,
Oh yeah, when he was like Fuego del Sol #2, like some shit like
yeah.
that. Yeah, you know
But a
what?
big portion, the reason he was signed because Cody was a fan of him.
Right, right. You know what? If somehow miraculously about a month, 2 months or so that end up happening, that shit happened from here. I don't care what nobody say, because nobody's talking about this. No, nobody. And to those that's watching this show right now, because there are people watching this show, if that somehow happened, Fuego, aka KJ Osborne, shows up in WWE, that's because of Still Steps. I'm putting that on paper right now. Yeah. Thank me later. Thank us later, KJ. Sorry. I'm gonna say thank me later. Thank us later, KJ. We put that out there. We spoke that into fruition for you. So yeah, pay us. But no, I know we like literally, went to left on that, but no, that's good shit though. Such good shit. But real quick, let's just jump into to Monday real quick. Regards to, we had the unexpected Roman Reigns return coming out to save the Usos. Who
We should
was
put Usos in quotation marks though, bro.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, to save the
Because
Perfect,
Usos.
because
perfect,
this
perfect
shot right
shot.
here
Perfect shot.
is like watching it Monday, like it's
Mm,
just so fucking telling, right? Like
yeah.
the whole time they're doing this, like Jimmy's in the background shaking his head, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like to me, this story is far from over between the three of them. And
I think they turned their hand a little bit tonight. I don't explain, but go ahead.
I think this story is far from over with them.
Yeah.
I like going out on a limb here. I wouldn't be shocked if the Usos turn on Roman.
Both of them?
I wouldn't be shocked. I think you've been getting this J turn's happening, right?
Mm,
It's happening, right?
yeah.
And nothing for nothing, but again, Roman had an excellent run the past 3 years, 4 years, COVID and stuff like that. But the best part of the bloodline when it was with Jimmy, Jay, and Roman, and they were all battling within each other.
Right.
That the Jay and Roman match between them two, one of my favorite matches all times. Like the storytelling that was done in that match was so good, and I think there's still stuff left in that tank to tap. So I wouldn't be shocked if they turned on him.
So here's my thing with this. So tonight we had another solo package in regards to the family tree. So we already know he, had already, talked about his love for Jeff Cobb. I'm just saying their names. For Jeff Cobb, Hakiato, and was it Tonga Iola? Like he already expressed his love for them. But tonight Solo was saying something about like how like there's still something missing in this MFT. I think he's going to try to post Jimmy again. And with what took place this past Monday, I think Jimmy may start to get into that mode of confusion. Like damn, Oos, like am I losing my bro to Big Cuz again? You know what I mean, because of like the success that he's had previously, and with Jay losing the title not long ago, like is he going to continue to try to follow the blueprint of what Roman is trying to set him up for? And he's seeing that, and he's seeing that he's also not getting that love. Now, initially, my thought was possibly, and shout out to our boy Roy on this. We had chatted about this on Twitter a few days ago about the possibility maybe something may go down around Survivor Series, which could potentially cause them as a family to lose the match, which I'm beginning to think now after tonight we probably going to see another sort of bloodline warfare may take place, which I think there's the possibility where I think Jimmy may align himself with little brother or Solo
See,
somewhere down the road.
I think that's possible, but I think they swerve and it's Jay, bro. I truly think out of anyone in the picture of the three,
Yeah.
Jay's the one that will be turning heel, bro. I
Uh,
truly think.
I agree with that because I truly believe that too. Because my thought was Jay goes heel. He basically destroys Jimmy. Jimmy goes away because he got the paternity coming up. Like it's gonna be coming up. But when that return happens, Jimmy rolls with Solo.
And don't forget, you got the werewolf waiting in the background somewhere,
Yeah.
waiting to rear his head and where he plays a part in all this.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Like
I think he was
with
hurt,
Jacob.
right? I think he was hurt, and then he got the title, and then they're letting him kind of rest up.
What the
Yeah.
fuck are they doing?
Remember I talked about this maybe like a
Yeah,
month ago? Like, I don't like the direction he's going is like he's still over, he's still that dude, but that heat he had was like going down. I don't know what happened. Like I was just like, this is not. There's a guy I was looking towards winning a Royal Rumble, possibly like next year and all
That's
that
still
stuff.
possible, bro.
That's it. So now I'm trying to see how they lead into this. So
Has he been seen since SummerSlam?
Yes.
one time,
Yeah, because he had the quick little moment with Drew.
What was that?
That was like 2 weeks ago.
I truly don't feel like I've seen him a lot since SummerSlam, honestly.
maybe
Yeah,
he is hurt, so they're not using that much. With him, I think with his character, you do gotta be delicate with it because he was such a destroyer when he first came on. So now you can't have him just be this regular guy who can get beat often. Like
right.
Yeah, that's the biggest problem, Chris. Right? It's
Yeah.
like the way he carries himself, the way he can cut a promo on the mic. Like he should be world champion tomorrow, right? So like
Yeah,
to
like
have him in a U.S. title feud feels pointless, right? Like have him doing a match with Solo feels pointless when the only way you can have Solo win is the entire bloodline comes in and helps Solo win the match. Like, what are we doing here? You know what I mean? Like, why do I care about this match if it takes 4 guys to beat 1?
Right.
What are you
Now,
giggling at over there, bro?
yo, I was about to say no to y'all. Go back and watch this Trick or Treat death match on Pro Wrestling Revolver. This shit is crazy.
Is it over yet?
No, it's still going on, but again, it's that whole thing you talked about, Cruel, and how he's protected like with his character and through matches and stuff. You just got to see like some of the stuff that's
And
going
Revolver
on.
doesn't do like deathmatch, right? They do like a variation of deathmatch, right?
Well, they got light tubes, they got the doors,
Really?
they got the doors with the barbed wire, they got
That's
the
what's the name's company,
chains.
right? Sammy?
Sammy Callahan's, yeah.
That to me is like closest to like late 2000 CZW
Yeah.
that anything's been. Like to me, that's the closest to CZWs that anyone's gotten in a long time.
I'll be honest, I was actually shocked that Alex Colon was actually in this match. Like I don't recall him really being on PWR as much.
Yeah, he's
But
on there a lot.
yeah, for some
Remember, he was
reason.
part of that group Red.
Oh yeah, that's right. I'm tripping. What the hell I'm thinking? Yeah, I'm tripping. But yeah, I guess probably because I haven't seen him in a while on here. But yeah, they got a lot of the good deathmatch shit
Yeah, I'm gonna turn that
that's in
on
this
as soon as we hop
that's
off.
in this match. But
Well, real quick, guys, before we end tonight's show, I don't know what else we're gonna talk about. We have to let all the fans know that nothing's 100%, but we might be switching nights.
oh yeah,
So it's something.
yeah, programming note, we'll definitely keep everyone informed with regards to new date, well, not new date, but new day and time on which you can check out Still Steps. So we're putting the pieces together on that now. You also still gotta talk to our powers that be, like as far as like which day we will actually pursue our Still Steps show. So but more to come with that. So that way, we keep our turnbuckle talk, going, as well as, open your Friday evenings up wherever
Yeah.
you're watching this programming at. So, but I
Yeah,
definitely
because
see.
we're busy people, right? Like Friday nights, it's like that song. It's hard out here for
Yeah.
me.
I tell you this much, like we do it for you, the fans, but fans, just so y'all know, like people that love me, they hate me because of this show being on Friday nights. Like like Hawk, you can't come out. No, gotta do the show. I'm dedicated, so
Yeah.
we do this for y'all, for the pro wrestling universe, to those that like to hear that turnbuckle talk from us. So, more to come as far as like new day and time for Still Steps. So but yeah, Anything else? Anybody want to drop tonight? You know, a little light
I do.
tonight.
I
What?
do.
Don't do it.
I got to talk about a certain wrestler right now. All right, listen, people. We're going to break it down like this. I know I look young, but I'm 41 years old. And my 41
Black don't
years,
crack.
the 41 years, for sure. The 41 years, the one thing I can tell a mile away, and that's a whore. I'll tell you right now.
Bro, cut the show. Cut the show.
The biggest whore I've seen in the past 2.5 years in wrestling has been one Andrade. That dude don't give a damn. He was like, "You not pay me no attention, I'm out. You pay me attention, you give me money, I'm with you. Oh, you not paying me attention? I'm back to my old thing right here. You got me? Cool. I'm with you. Wait a minute. Why y'all not paying me the attention y'all say y'all was gonna do? You know what? I'm back over there with my old boo. What's up, y'all? How you doing? Charlotte, we good? We not? Oh, you know what? I'm back over here. Bang, here we go. Once again.
I think you did back and forth one too many times there.
Dude, he went from WWE to AEW, back to WWE, back to AEW. This is insane.
I think he's the first talent in professional wrestling to ever go from WWE to AEW, back to WWE, back to AEW.
Listen, this guy, I thought we were not going to talk about him for the rest of the year, to be honest. When he showed back up, and listen, when you see that still shot of that man, yes, that is a superstar. He has the look, he has a charisma about him, he can wrestle his ass off. This is the best shape I've ever seen him in. He has everything that says superstar, but for some reason, something about him doesn't click. It might be a little bit of the language barrier. You know how people are. You can't speak the language that well. They're not as interested. But to that detriment, Stephanie Vaquer, she don't speak English that well. People freaking love her, me included. What's the name? You just got to have to produce, not be a crybaby, not, oh, I'm a star. She just goes out there, does what she do. Yes, I know she's a female. She has a certain sex appeal that he doesn't have because you know, she's a girl. I mean, nobody wants to say that shit, but that's real. What's the name? But the thing about it is he has this appeal. Let's be real, like this. We ain't gotta be weird about it. He has crazy sex appeal. He has everything.
All right, this show's going left, bro.
But what's name? But there's something about him behind the scenes. He don't play well with others. He really don't. He's got in multiple fights with talent behind the scenes on both companies.
So you're saying that he has crazy sex appeal and likes to play with himself.
Both companies. Both companies. Y'all know I didn't say that part.
I know you did.
That's that guy taking it way left. Like this, like he's getting in fights, like legit fights, shoot fights backstage with his coworkers multiple times. Like this, he's had personal issues with his partner.
They probably caught him playing with himself.
Come on,
this man has.
But Chris, to be fair,
loyalty. He has no loyalty. He doesn't.
To be fair, this match is gonna slap.
No, this match is gonna be fire. I ain't gonna hold you.
Yeah.
I tell you,
all that. Look, with that being said, this is gonna be a dope ass match.
This match is gonna be fire.
You're gonna be sitting there watching it with your popcorn saying, "I love this fucking whore."
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
No, so he gonna be like absolute cinema.
Yeah,
right.
like that gif, GIF.
Yeah, absolute cinema.
But
oh my fucking god.
I will say give credit that he did return to AEW, and I would assume that with his return to AEW that when he departed AEW, it wasn't as bad as most people may have thought it was for him to actually go back to AEW.
Yeah.
Like
I also heard he was felling some wellness violations over the WWE side. Also, I did read that report. So
I mean I heard something about that too. Now it weed? Is it weed or
it probably is. Man, I ain't giving that up.
I'm going back to AEW. Fuck it.
Dana White told Matt Riddle.
Yeah, he's like, I can't. He's probably like, I can't for real. Weed like this shit legal everywhere now. It's like for all right, fine, I'm out.
Yeah.
They Tony Khan said, "Come on, whore."
Tony Khan said, "Weed your biggest problem? I love the snow."
Right?
But
He's like,
that marijuana ain't no drug.
This is some bullshit.
Right. God bless Bob Saget. That's a classic part of that movie. But no, like on some real stuff, I'm actually happy that he did return to AEW because I think there are some feuds that he can really benefit from being back. One in particular, which he kind of teased with both him and MJF going back and forth on Twitter, you know what I mean, over the last couple of weeks. Like,
oh, that's right.
Yeah,
I forgot about that.
Yeah, so I think
it's funny you mentioned MJF, bro, because I was just thinking about this, right? Like, you brought back Andrade to feud with Kenny Omega, but you have so much name behind the scenes that is doing nothing. In the 5 years or 6 years that AEW been a thing, has MJF and Kenny Omega ever feuded?
No,
I don't think so.
No,
that would be fire. That would be a good ass feud.
Oh, that's it. Surprisingly, because Kenny Omega was always at the top. Kenny Omega was the top guy when AEW originally started. So MJF was still like not the MJF we have today.
Yeah.
Right? Even though you saw it bubbling, he wasn't there yet. So about time he became that guy, Kenny was hurt and all that. So that'd be a crazy match too. I would love to see Kenny versus MJF, like just for the aesthetics alone, the shit talk and the weird back and forth. Because Kenny Omega is a thorough dude. He's weird as shit. What's his name? So it's like then you got MJF with the shit talk. He would talk about the anime and him dressed the cosplay stuff they be doing. He would talk so much shit.
Yeah,
it would be amazing though. It would be amazing.
Now, my fault. Go ahead, Chris.
I was saying now we got another WWE guy / AEW guy / WWE guy who's back in the fold. This Don Callis family, like
best stable in wrestling.
It's like 50 of them. It's like
they are the 2025 Wu-Tang of pro wrestling
for sure. Like it's a new member every week. I'm like,
Ghostface Killer, you got Raekwon the Chef.
Jesus, it's a new member every week. It was like, oh, it's not the good one, it's the bad one.
Oh yeah, don't forget they also got the full hologram this past Wednesday too.
That's what I'm saying. We got.
Bro, you know who that is, right?
Wait, who is it?
Remember the guy who he was in GCW? What the fuck is going on with this shit?
I know you and your phone. Y'all been battling all show, and their phone been winning.
Remember the guy who was in GCW for a little while? He paints his face, and he wears those gloves that have the eyes on the palms.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Damn,
Aztec or something like that.
Aztec.
I know. Yeah, I remember him. Yes, I do remember him.
Yeah, that's like
that man. That man can go. So when bad hologram and good hologram fight, that match is gonna be a fucking banger.
I'm telling you, right now in AEW, the best thing that's really going right now is the Don Callis family. Like honestly, I'll say it like this: Don Callis family, the heat FTR is getting right now, like between them, like Death Riders, they're regaining their momentum again too. With now with Danny being in the mix, I do think some sort of betrayal is coming within the Death Riders.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, and I think that's probably gonna pan out after the whole I Quit match between Moxley and Darby. Because I'll be honest. Technically, they really ain't need this I Quit match. Like you literally just had a coffin match. Like now you need somebody to quit.
You got two men who literally won't quit. Like
right, you can't quit in a coffin.
Darby Allin takes the most pain I've ever seen from a person, like on some Mick Foley ×5 shit, and like you got John Moxley's probably one of the toughest men in history. I'm like, who won't quit in this match?
Right.
We had the voiceover again. The old I quit. Like that shit.
Like
But
I'm not gonna lie,
some
like it pains me to a certain extent. And like right now, AEW has all the resources that they can have to like really solidify themselves as being like one of the top pillars of wrestling promotions today. Like I although like this past Wednesday, they definitely have done some things as far as like pivoting the storylines because you're starting to see how like they're beginning to open up the window of a potential Hangman and Samoa Joe. So it looks like there's going to be some turmoil between the ops and Samoa Joe
which is so
at
crazy.
some
That's a
point.
match I did not know I wanted to see.
Oh yeah. Oh
When as soon
yeah.
as when I saw that, I was like, you know what? I'm into it. It's like, yeah, this is actually pretty good.
That's what I'm saying. Like they got all the resources. Like just tell the story right and be strategic when you're telling these stories.
Tell the story right. And honestly, I'm glad that I know they about to bring out the women's tag team titles and all that stuff. But like, dude, really elevate your women's division. Y'all got so much talent. That's one of the biggest things that separates them from WWE.
Yeah.
WWE is at a point to where the women's matches are better than the guys. And it's like you're more invested to see what's going to happen with the women's matches. So like AEW needs to get on that type time. Like you got so much talent with your women, who actually all can wrestle. Like they all can wrestle, but like they're nice as hell. But you just really gotta let them shine and show them more. Like they don't show them. They'll have like one women's match a night, and on like one per episode. And if they do, it'll last like 6 minutes maybe. Like so, they need to elevate that women's roster like just
I ain't gonna say that they've been like 6 minutes lately. The women definitely been getting their shine. I think what
they need to do more. They still do that one match.
I do think where they kind of catch a little flack is where like they're highlighting specific women, you know what I mean, on a roster when they can highlight a lot more that's on their roster, like
you gotta highlight your stars. So I get that. Gotta highlight your stars. People who
like the woman
merch and all that stuff.
Right. Cause like what's her name? Cameron? Was it Harley Cameron?
Yeah.
Like they're ready to shoot her to the moon because you can already see how she's somehow is going to be involved with the tag team championship when it's time to do so. But right now, Mercedes don't want to partner up with her, so she's going to find some sort of partner.
Oh, that's definitely going to happen. They should win the titles. So Mercedes would have 10 titles, but technically she'll call it 11 because she has both. She'll say like, no, I have both these tag team titles. I have 11 championships.
I think what we'll see from this upcoming Tuesday, because they're doing their title Tuesday, and she's supposed to be fighting someone, that's actually from the Florida area, because they're going to be at Daly's place. It's going to be like their homecoming. So I'm thinking whoever that person is going to be is likely going to be Harley Cameron's tag team partner going into this tag team tournament whenever it does does decide to start. Hey Joey, real quick, I was about to be like, yo, like there's actually another match on this Revolver card, but I actually turned from it. It's like some other independent company right now. It's like IWS, and they got a show going on like as we speak. But no, like I like where AEW is. I'll be honest, I wasn't a big fan of how their Dynamite show was after the All Out pay-per-view. Like I feel like they kind of left a lot of holes open, when it came down to like having like returns from the pay-per-view and not really like highlighting it, inside of the ring versus just like with the vignette clips. I feel like they kind of lost they lost a little traction with that, but I do feel like this past show they bounced back a little bit with with the anniversary show, with the arrival again with Andrade coming back. We got the full hologram added to the Don Callis stable. Like honestly, like the Don Callis stable is like really holding down AEW right now. Like Kyle Fletcher, is going to be shot to the moon. I mean, he's already being shot to the moon, but like the work that he does, like it's 5-star, but it's like, hey, listen, it's up to him, it's up to them, Tony Khan's discretion as far as like how they're writing the stories. I'm not going to say like I agree with Bully, what I mean, like with his takes as far as how he feel about AEW, but
shocking.
Yeah, but I feel like there's a lot that can be done with this company for them to solidify themselves as a top company, despite having like the names of a Swerve and a Will Ospreay not there, weekly on a programming. So, but yeah, they got good things going with them right now. I truly believe it. And look, and MJF is away, because on his honeymoon. So it's like for them to still be able to do what they're doing now, like listen, like it's the sky's the limit for them. So, but yeah, that's just my take on that. Joey, any thoughts with Andrade aligning himself with the Don Callis family?
I'm honestly, this fucking phone driving me insane tonight. I'm honestly in a holding pattern because I felt like 6-7 times over the past year and a half we said we feel like AEW turned the corner, we're headed on the right path, and then they fucked it up. So
look,
I'm not giving.
We say it every 5 months.
Yeah, so I'm not giving credit until I see where it goes. So I'm at this time just waiting and seeing.
Right. No, I got you. No, totally understand. But yeah, I do believe they got everything that they need. And truthfully, I think they might need to do a little bit more of those residency type things. Like as much as at first I would after like being a part of it and then watching it on TV for a moment, I was like, yeah, you know what? Maybe that should be something that they should do once in a blue moon. But I'm like, you know what? Maybe they do need to do more of that, and then saving like the home run for the pay-per-views, because it's almost like everything that they did during the residency in Philly, it paid off once the pay-per-view transpired at All Out. So it's like now it's almost like they're kind of back at that position again. So, but it is what it is.
Andrade's a whore.
Let that man be. He likes checks just as well as we like checks.
Get your money. I said being a whore was a bad thing, but I know one when I see one. I know one when I see one. I'm saying just been like that.
Crazy, man. He's like, look, can I keep my name? Yes, you can keep your name, Andrade.
Yes, keep your name, Andrade.
Keep your name. So, all right, gentlemen. We are at the 1 hour 8 mark. I don't think we ended this show this early and like God knows how long, but goes to show what's going on in the world of pro wrestling. So, thanks TKO.
Sure. Another time, boy.
No, but hey, listen, like we'll definitely talk about it another time. Like I started to write this in our group text. I'm like, listen, like, and I think we all can agree with this. Like, listen, I love pro wrestling. Y'all love pro wrestling, but the TKO version of pro wrestling, I don't love. So we can circle back on that and like really reel that in as far as like what's going on and dive into that a little bit deeper. So, but again, programming note, we're gonna talk to our powers that be. Y'all remember when the powers that be was in wrestling? Was that in WCW at one point back in the day? The powers that be.
Powers that be.
I remember that.
That was before Joey's time.
Yeah, you're right. That was that was like late 90s.
Yeah.
during the Nitro era, like
Yeah.
the powers that be. Yeah, you remember that, Joey? By any
I don't.
chance?
That's
Yeah,
before Joey's time. That's before like Joey was here, but he was still young as shit. So he was like, you wouldn't know what's going on.
Gotcha. Yeah, it used to be a thing in WCW back in the day where they used to be like, well, according to the powers that be,
And
they said,
according to the powers that be, it was like, shut the fuck.
right, right. But no, programming note, still steps potentially moving to a different day and time. Free up our Fridays. Like, listen, we're human. We like our Fridays too. Still like to go out, wiggle, wiggle, shake a tail feather, pause. It's like, no. But
Or
I'm not a whore. I'm not an Andrade. Stop it. I don't think I am. Yep. Am I? Question mark? It's like, no.
Two of the three guys on this show is married.
So anyway, we'll talk. We'll dissect that again next week too. It's like, no. So, all right, fellas. Any last words before we kick on out of here?
Nope.
I'm not gonna say it.
All right, we already know Andrade's a whore. Okay,
You said it, not me.
Well, that's what you were thinking. But anyway, this was
WWE, AEW, WWE, AEW. Get over here, whore.
Let that man be.
Take this money, you shut up.
Look, you can find him at hey Andrade, you can find him at MoyoFit215.
Grow your hair out, whore.
So somebody screen record that and tag Andrade. It's like, no. But anyway, this was Still Step.
Blonde streaks in your hair right now.
Powered by All Authentic Talk Sports Network. Mr. Joey Woods, Mr. Moya Fit Chris Wilson. Follow him, Andrade.
Who is not a whore.
Politicking hot. And we'll holler at y'all next week. Stay tuned for additional details regards to changing at a time. Till then, peace.